This channel is powered by patreon.com/swiftlessons. Enjoy a library of specialized resources to help fast-track your guitar journey. A slow and groovy 12-bar blues routine, key of E. A 1, 2, 3, 4, and... Let's break that down. Okay, welcome back to Swift Guitar Lessons, everybody. A close look at the fretboard, getting started breaking down this 12-bar routine in the key of E. We're going to learn a ton of cool licks and also interesting concepts for combining rhythm and lead techniques. Okay, so we're getting started with a very cool classic turnaround just to kick things off. Looks and sounds like this, real slow. Alright, and from there we're jumping into the 12-bar progression. Okay, so that started off with an E7 chord shape. We're just taking a D7 chord and bringing it up a full step. That, when paired with the low E string, is a very cool way of playing an E7 chord. Alright, we can slide up into that position while pairing it with the low E string. Another stroke on the top two strings. Next, we're going to play a little hammer-on pull-off lick. So 0, 4, 0, and then 3 on the B string. Do your best to copy my finger choices with my right hand. Alright, next we're just going to take that chord shape down by half steps. The first stroke gets the root note. Alright, next we're going to play the open E, open G, and open B together as we hammer onto the first fret of the G string. Then hit the open E by itself. Alright, then we're going to play 0, 1, 2. Walks us up to a B7 chord shape where we can play up, down, up. Okay, you put all that together and we have a great classic turnaround. Alright, that gets us into our first groove of the E dominant 7 chord. Looks and sounds like this. Okay, so that began hitting the low E string open, next to hammer on to the G string first fret, open B, open high E string. We're kind of arpeggiating an E major chord, but we don't have to fret the entire shape, right? Because we're not using all of the strings. Alright, so once again, I want to make sure I'm diversifying my finger choices on my pick and hand. So thumb, index, middle, ring. Next, we're going to slide up to that E dominant 7 chord just like we did before. Alright, the first stroke gets the bass note. Next, we have a slap of the strings and the open E string by itself to complete one measure of music. Alright, put that together and we have. Alright, next we're going to get a little bit Jimi Hendrix with it. Looks and sounds like this. Great riff. Okay, so right there we're grabbing the 4th fret of the G string, 5th fret of the B. Now we just played that low E string and it's ringing out over top of these notes. We're going to strike those two notes together as we hammer up a full step on the G string. Then back to 4 and 5. Next we're adding in the 7th fret of the D string, doing a triple pluck, and then 6th fret of the D string. A great way to add a little bit of melody to your rhythm. Alright, from there we're going to have the low E string, and then up, down, up. Alright, to finish that second measure of E. Alright, put that riff together and we have... All right, and putting two measures of E major together, remember we're going to be doubling this groove. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Repeat. All right, from there, we're going to play the exact same thing, but we're going to transpose it up a fourth. So now we're going to be playing the same riff, but in the key of A. Okay, so that begins bar in the 5th fret, G, B, and high E string, open A string by itself, hammering on the G string up a half step, B string, and high E. Next, we need to play an A dominant 7 chord this time. We're still using the D7 shape transposed up, but now we have frets 9, 8, 9, okay, on the top 3 strings. All right, we also need to change the root note to an open A string. So that was the exact same rhythm. So triple pluck, slap, and then the open A string. Okay, from there, we're back to that little Hendrix style riff, but now transposed to the key of A. That means our index finger is on the 9th fret position. All right, that entire groove over the A chord should sound like this now. Just one time there before going back to the key of E. All right, that gets us to the 5 chord, then down to the 4 chord, and then back to the E chord for the turnaround. Looks and sounds like this. From there you can close up shop with whatever type of E chord you like. I like this version of the E9 chord. Okay, so that began with a B major bar chord, 2nd fret A string, and my ring finger barred across the 4th fret of the D, G, and B strings. All right, I'll hit the bass and then the highs. All right, next we're changing positions. I'm going to play a great little lick that's inspired by an amazing guitar player named Kirk Fletcher. I'm picturing the major pentatonic scale in the key of B. Just as a safety net, I'm going to be using some chromatics as well. The lick looks and sounds like this. Okay, one more time real slow. The first step to learning a lick is to get it into your ear. Okay, so I grabbed the 6th fret of the A string, then 4 on the D, chromatic, 6 sliding up to 7, scaling down. All right, then I'm on 7th fret of the A string, reaching with my pinky, minor 3rd to major 3rd, 5 to 6, and then 4th fret of the D string to finish up the lick. Put that together and we have. It helps to hum it. Ah, da, 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 da. In context. All right, next, that's going to get us to a lick for the 4 chord A or A dominant 7. This one's inspired by Eric Clapton. And then that'll get you to the turnaround to close up shop, which you've already learned. All right, so that lick one more time, get it into your ear. Okay, so that's open A. Next, I'm picturing an A major triad. I'm gonna slide up to the major 3rd, then 5 on the B, 5 on the high E, using my bar with the index finger. So far you have. Next, chromatic, 7, 6, 5. A bend on the B string, 8th fret. I can pair that with the open A string if I like. And then I'll end the measure on the 5th fret high E string. Put that together and we have. All right, from there, we're back to that turnaround to close up shop. The walk up. end the routine with an E dominant 7 and E major, or this very cool E9 chord, but it's probably a form that you haven't encountered before. I've got the 5th fret A string, the 6th fret of the D string, that's the major 3rd, and then I have the dominant 7 here on the 7th fret G string, the 9 with the bar, and then the high E string, 7th fret barred as well. A very cool way of playing an E dominant 7 with the 9th, so an E9 chord shape. Okay, you put that last section together starting from the 5 chord, it should sound like this. A 1 and the A. Alright, just like that. And if you like, you can use the kind of tip of the pad of your finger for this kind of like jazzy way of ending the tune, kind of brushing against the strings, right? All right, now let's play the entire routine together at a nice, slow, steady tempo. See if you can play along. A 1, 2, 3, and turn around. E. A. Back to E. The 5 chord B. A. E. And E9. Alright, just like that, everybody, enjoy your practice, play these things nice and slow. Sometimes you can't learn all of this all at once. You need to take it chunk by chunk and add each of these things into your repertoire one at a time. Alright, everybody, thanks so much for checking out this slow and groovy blues routine. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And remember, if you want to enjoy this lesson with Guitar Pro or printable tabs and other bonus resources, you can head over to patreon.com/swiftlessons, where I have bonus resources for all my popular YouTube guitar lessons, plus exclusive content. Until next time, this is Rob coming at you from the Jersey Shore, saying happy picking.